The jinx of Justin, overreaction or not, what viewers saw at the Super Bowl is changing what they're going to see at this weekend's Pro Bowl in Honolulu. Oh yeah, that's what fans were going to see. Justin Timberlake's former NSYNC bandmate Chasez perform as a solo act. Instead, the halftime show will look a little bit more like this. A hunk for hula dancers? What's up with that? NFL's Plan B is a Hawaiian hoopla. Hula dancers, drummers, conch shell blowers, and local singers instead of JC. But why? Well, the punted pop sensation joins us now from Los Angeles with the scoop. Hi, JC.
How you doing?
All right, tell us what the NFL told you about your act.
Well, first of all, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody doing the hula dancing. I think it's great, but you know, they basically got really wound up about the Super Bowl situation, and I just think that they got a little overly excited, and they're just really fearful of what could happen, and I think you can't live your whole life in fear. I think one bad incident shouldn't reflect on the rest of the entertainment world. So.
Well, did they get a little anxious about, you know, the way you dance, or maybe the lyrics of your music?
You know, they would point. They pointed the finger at everything, and again, because they were in a tough situation. You know, I understand. But, you know, originally they hired me to sing the song "Some Girls," and they had the song for a month. They knew what the routines were, or whatever, and you know, they were comfortable with it then. But after, you know, the incident, you know, they asked me to change the song. I, you know, said, you know, I understand it's a rough spot you guys are in. Yeah, no problem. They recommended what song they wanted. I agreed to do it. After they chose the song, they came back to me. They were worried about, you know, about the choreography being, you know, too sexy or whatever. I said, well, I'll be more than happy to send you a tape of the performances that I've done to this song and everything like that. This is how the routine goes. They said, well, you know what? It's not even about that. We're not worried about that. We're worried about the lyrical content. They said they listened to the track again, and they had problems with two words, horny and naughty. And so I agreed, you know, because they were in such a tight spot, which, you know, is really against an artist's integrity, but because I sympathized with the situation, I said, you know what, I'll pull the words out. I called my producer in the studio. He actually, you know, went into the background tracks and pulled out, you know, anything in the backgrounds that said anything like that. We pulled it out, agreed to change it, no problem, no harm, no foul. They were worried about what everybody was wearing, so we agreed to wear NFL clothing, and you know, they still.
Well, JC, what do you think? Are we on the wrong track? Should you know, singers like you, who obviously a lot of young women, young men look up to, everyone thinks you're cool, should we leave out the words horny and hunk and talking about sex?
Man, well, here's the deal. You know, they're running advertisements between, you know, in the whole game, and they're running ads for male performance enhancements. So I mean, I don't know what to say, man. You know, and it's just a part of life. I mean, people, you know, music is an aphrodisiac to a certain extent. Yeah, sometimes things go too far, but I think, you know, I think that we're in a, you know, in a whole nother era. We're in the communication age. We're not, you know, we're not in the dark ages, and I think that, you know, you have to respect people's intelligence and things like that. And the only thing that's really getting tough now is, you know, with this whole shakedown, it's like, you know, I think they're just going way overboard, and, you know, artists themselves are nervous about what they're going to say, and it's really inhibiting creativity. So
do you think artists are going to come forward and maybe be a little more sexy, a little more rebellious, or do you think the creativity is going to be clammed up?
I think they're definitely compromising artists' creativity with all this going on. You know, everybody wants to work. Let's be honest, and you know, there's going to be artists that are going to go out there and they're going to do it anyway, or whatever, what have you. But there's going to be so many more. There's going to be so many people that are also fearful of doing anything. You know, a lot of people are scared to rock the boat, and they're worried about, you know, what happens next. You know, the music business is in a crazy state right now anyway, with everything going on. Everybody's worried about where their next meal is going to come from, you know.
Interesting. So people sort of push the envelope. What did you think of the NFL show? You know Justin. You obviously spent a lot of time with him. You think, you know, did he know what was going on? Did you talk to him? What did you think of the performance?
You know what? I didn't even ask him, you know, whether he knew what was going to happen or whatever. But you know what? He did. Actually, I hadn't talked to him, you know, a couple of days because you know, it's a hurricane around him right now. But he called me up yesterday, and he just said, you know what? He goes, I just want to apologize to you. He goes, I in no way, shape, or form in my wildest dreams thought that this would ever affect you. And I said, me neither. I was at home watching it like everybody else. And he goes, he goes, I don't know what to say, man. I said, you know what, you don't have to say anything. You said you're sorry, and it shouldn't have reflected on me. I just told him to keep his chin up, and what happened, and it's just a weird situation. I definitely don't think that the whole entertainment industry should change because one mistake, it's a mistake. You reprimand the mistake, and then everybody moves on with their lives. You don't start looking for other mistakes and reasons to call other things a mistake. Again, it's a little out of hand. I think that everybody just needs to stop, breathe, and move on with their lives.
All right, so I told you we're offered the national anthem. As we move to break, I guess you're not going to do it for the Pro Bowl. You want to give us a little line of the national anthem? Or maybe...
In the home of the brave.
There you
have to be brave, man.
And you are. JC, what a doll. Thanks so much. We appreciate your time. Come back. All right.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.